Not the first
Welcome
time
to
that's
this very special... Oh, we've already started with the dick joke. Welcome to this very special version of the 500th episode of Reality TV Warriors. My name is Michael Halvestone, and joining me to play the parts of Logan Saunders, Michelle Pierce-Denneman, and Anthony Williams in this run-through that we may or may not end up releasing is, of course, David Bidley.
I only have enough boobs for one of those people.
Well, that's a good thing. You know what I'm about to do, and by the time that, if this ever comes out, everyone will know what I'm about to do, but you actually get to pick who you want to pretend to be in this. Who you are actually backing when we play Reality TV Warriors Jeopardy.
Well, it's not going to be Michelle, obviously.
Obviously, yep.
Yes, it's going to have to be Logan.
Okay, you can play as Logan if you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't this look fancy?
Yes, it does. Very fancy.
I'm very proud of it. I mean, I'm not sure how much of this I'll get into when we do record episode 500, but the whole point of me creating this was to build Jeopardy boards for my friends and annoy them with various categories. And I'm applying that to, well, the 500th episode, let's be honest. So, normal Jeopardy rules apply.
Fancy.
Normal Jeopardy rules apply. You'll gain points if you get it right. You'll lose points if you don't. And it's going to be 4 boards plus 2 final Jeopardies, and it's a 2-day total point affair. Beginning with these 6 categories. First, an introduction, which for some reason on my screen does not look correct, but it should. It should say first an introduction on there. Michelle said what? The answer's in the question. Oh, the answer is the question. 8, 3, and 6. Where do you want to begin?
First, an introduction for 200.
You have to name the show that this came from. The lady who, even when she's away from her family for 28 days, would never call home as she doesn't care how her children is doing.
What is Amazing Race?
Hunted. Where are we going next?
First intro for 400.
My fellow Brett, who's only on this podcast because he watches Bargain Hunt.
That's going to be a good question.
This is so not the best category for you to start with.
What is Drag Race?
Oh, The Apprentice. How could you not get that?
Michelle said what for 400?
This is all fill in the blanks from Michelle Pierce-Denneman's back catalogue. He's got a spotty and hairy this body part.
What is nipple?
Oh, you're actually quite close. It was arse.
Was this talking about Bo Ryan again?
No, that was on Hunted, actually, surprisingly. She was quoting... was she? No, she was talking about one of the participants in Series 5 who did get us into a bit of trouble when we used it as the banner, but he appeared naked at a window, but we only saw the back. And she went, he's got a spotty and hairy ass.
Huh.
Where we go next?
Michelle said 200.
Oh, Jesus, someone's cooked this pork product.
What is bacon?
Correct.
Yay!
Where next?
Michelle said 600.
I want the guy to be this person, not she.
Me too. What is hung?
Hung is the correct answer. She's going to kill me when she sees
that. Michelle said 800.
Michelle claimed in 2022 that what was happening on Hunted wasn't urban exploring, but it was this word, meaning one who disobeys or breaks rules or laws.
What is... I'm just going to say Bo Ryan whenever I don't know anything.
Delinquent was the answer.
So close enough.
Yeah. I mean, it's good, but it's not right.
Okay.
I'm fascinated to find out whether she's actually good. Yeah, I'm fascinated whether she's actually going to remember most of those. The lady who frequently tells her husband not to fuck with the man.
I think that one's Amazing Race.
It is! Can't remember the
Yay.
context, but it is Amazing Race. Where next?
That would be, I think, Flo and Zach. Don't fuck with the man.
Yeah,
She's,
I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah. In Mexico. First an intro for 8.
The Canadian who has videos including Stab and Prick, You Will Have It, and Squirt and Swallow in his collection.
V is the mall.
Yep. You were there for that one. This is a mean one for Logan because he wasn't actually on the call, I don't think. I think that was a me and you one.
Let's finish that one for 1,000.
The guy who we're sure God will punish eventually, David Bindley.
And that's me, so it's got to be one of the mall ones. We've already had Vidum, so Bell here.
Oh, didn't trick you with it, sadly. Where next?
Oh, that's a shame. Let's finish off Michelle.
I will also say I have no idea where the Daily Double is going to appear. It's entirely randomised in each board.
Oh,
I don't care about this 2-word phrase, Michelle said, which proved prophetic given her love of Ten's version of Amazing Race Australia, also notably used in Big Brother Canada too.
What is Twisto's Twists?
Oh, no, it's good TV. I genuinely have a clip saying, I don't care about good TV. Oh, Michelle, the gift that keeps on giving. 4 categories left on this board.
Let's have 8 for 8.
8 for 8. 94% of Singaporeans enjoy this cuisine, which makes sense given 74% of Singapore's population is part of this ethnic group.
What is Chinese?
It is indeed.
Where
next?
8 for 10.
Thailand didn't have place expectations as only 23% of those surveyed enjoyed this cuisine. Opa!
What's Greek?
It is. This is all based on Yep, this is all based on a YouGov survey all about what cuisines everyone likes and doesn't.
600.
For 8. Only 20% of Japanese people surveyed enjoyed this cuisine, famous for Sunday roast and bangers and mash.
20% seems high. What is British?
Seems wonderfully timed given your joke about British cuisine only a few days ago.
8 for 4.
The citizens of this country are most likely to enjoy international cuisine, which isn't a surprise if you know their McDonald's serves spaghetti.
Where is that? God. What is the Philippines?
It is indeed. Running this category now, Bindles. Or should I say Logan?
Yeah.
Where next?
8 for 2.
Mamma mia! This country had the most popular cuisine in the world, with 99% of its own citizens enjoying it.
1% of Italians are idiots. What is Italian? Italy.
Yeah.
Answering the question for 2.
Stevie Wonder asked this question in a 1976 song to celebrate the birth of his daughter.
What is love? No,
What is Isn't She Lovely? That was Hadaway.
Oh.
I don't think that one comes up. If it does, oops.
Close enough. Answer for 4.
Culture Club asked this question in 1982, and they wanted to make Boy George cry.
Do you really want to hurt me?
Yeah.
600.
Elton John asked this question as part of the soundtrack to The Lion King.
Work this out. It's not. Circle of Life's not a question. Candle
It isn't, you're
Wind
correct.
wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't part of Lion King.
Yeah. Although, still died. I don't remember.
You don't have to guess, you know.
Okay,
Do you want to pass? What's Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Where next?
800.
John Mulaney claimed that his friend, also called John, played this Tom Jones song 11 times in a row at the Salt and Pepper Diner.
Tom Jones. All I can think of is Sex Bomb. And it's not
Story of Your Life.
Neither of those are questions.
I will say that it was followed by It's Not Unusual, and it was like the liberation of France. But then we went back. You pass him?
Yeah. I'm trying to work out how to make...
What's he for again? That's kind of the point.
I was trying to work out how to make why Delilah a question. Let's finish it off, get it out of the way.
Justin Timberlake asked this question when he lent uncredited vocals to the Black Eyed Peas in 2003.
Pass.
What is Where Is the Love?
Oh,
he did the people killing, people dying bit.
I suppose the good news is about that is I've managed to suppress the memory of a former Australian Prime Minister singing that for one of the breakfast TV shows.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I seem to remember that category was inspired by an actual Jeopardy category as well. There's only 2 categories in the entire 4 boards that I wrote that one. There's one that I sort of wrote half of, which we'll come to. But that one was inspired by an actual Jeopardy category that I liked. 3 or 6? Where are we going?
3 for 2.
A refrigerated cabinet or room for preserving food at very low temperatures. Has the letters FREE in order in it.
Oh, what's a freezer?
Yeah. Don't overthink it.
Yeah.
These are single Jeopardy clues. Yeah, no.
There's the quote marks aren't in the category title.
Yeah, they're not because it breaks things. I could go into it, but it breaks things if I put too many quotes in things. Okay. An independent contractor who earns a wage wages on a per job or per task basis, typically for short-term work.
What's a freelancer?
Correct. Where next?
600.
A drawing done without anything to guide the artist is done this way.
What's freehand?
Correct. I've got to put some nice categories in
800?
here. There's some stinkers coming. Yeah. You found a daily double. How much are you wagering?
$12.
12? I can do 12 if you want. A person who takes advantage of others' generosity without giving anything in return.
God, I should have bet it all. What's a freeloader?
Correct. The irony of Saunders getting that one.
Doing well at. Let's finish it off. 1,000.
You should look for this one buying a house, as you own the land outright.
What is free parking?
Freehold.
Thank God that wasn't the daily double. 600.
Yep. This wife, all based on Henry VIII's wives, this wife was executed on crimes of adultery, incest, and plotting to murder the king.
I can never remember which one was which. I'm just going to say Jane Eyre for all of them.
Nope, Anne Boleyn. The connection to 6 is, of course, 6 Wives and the musical 6, based on Henry VIII's wives.
All right. 200.
Henry asked the Pope to annul his marriage to this first wife as she couldn't produce him a male heir.
What's Catherine of Aragon?
Oh!
Hey!
Good knowledge, I'm proud of you. Where next?
100.
This final wife had been married twice before outliving Henry.
That's Anne of Cleves.
Oh, Catherine Parr. 800 or 6, or 800 or 1,000. 1,000? Catherine of Aragon was previously married to this sibling of Henry, who died when he was 15.
Are you sure this isn't about the Catholic Church?
I am positive, yes.
I don't know. Pass.
Arthur.
Oh,
And the clue,
800.
in a Tudor version of Tinder, Henry was sent a portrait of this fourth wife. He swiped left pretty quickly.
Is that one Anne of Cleves?
That one is indeed Anne of Cleves. So, Logan Bindles, you're actually in the lead going into Double Jeopardy. Playing these categories. A look to the past, all about interviews we've previously done. Things you hate about children. The answer is in the question. Every answer can be made from the letters in the question. Canadian references. Words from French. And hints and clues.
Let me just write all these down.
Yeah, in the actual version, I'll fix this properly. I know what the problem is. It's a look to the past, things you hate about kids. The answer is in the question. Canadian references, words from French, and hints and clues.
Let's do French for 1,200.
This relaxing hobby comes from the French meaning little hook.
What is crochet?
It is indeed. The joke in this category is that none of them are oubliette, by the way.
Oh,
just to give you a little help.
Okay, what is? Why am I doing what is already? 400 French.
Found another Daily Devil. How many are we going?
5,000.
Oof. Going big. This material was first produced in the French town of Nîmes, hence the name.
What's denim?
It is indeed denim. What next?
1,600 French.
This is a dungeon only accessible via a trapdoor at the top.
Say the line. None of these were oubliette.
Yeah, I know. I might have lied.
Yeah, that's oubliette.
I've got to make Michelle say what's oubliette so I can get the clip, haven't I?
French for 8.
This term originally came from little cards used to remind Louis XIV's courtiers of the house rules, but now it's used as a term for how to conduct oneself in polite society.
What's etiquette?
It is indeed.
I was like, it's either that or decorum, but I thought decorum was Latin.
Yep.
Things you hate about kids for 800.
This is all based on an article in the Metro. Quite a lot of babies, in particular, emerge looking like a cross between this tuber and E.T.
What is a potato?
It is indeed. I love this category so much. Michelle is going to hate me.
1,200.
Their default setting is this. Also something Evita tells Argentina not to do for her.
What is stealing jokers? What is crying?
Correct.
Next. Things you hate about kids for 800.
These eggs have a louse.
What is nits?
Yep.
Kids for 1,600.
They have to be the centre of attention all of the time, combining the humbleness of Kim Ye, the subtlety of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and the modesty of this Canadian singer of Baby and Love Yourself fame.
Why is Justin Bieber?
Good question.
Look to the past for 800.
All based on interviews we've done. Looking very Belgian and disrupted by nature. Name that
Who is
person.
Papa Bear?
It is Papa Bear Gilles da Costa. Where next?
Canadian for 1600.
This is Canada's first national park and site of Amazing Race Australia's most crushing exit.
What's Banff National Park?
It is indeed. Where next?
Look to the past 400.
The Guido cast.
Do you want the actual names or?
Yes, I want the actual names. It's too easy if I just say, like you say,
who
who's
would
the
go in
Guidos? Correct. Where next?
Look to the past for 2000.
Oof. Build a fire, boys.
I think who's done which season did they do a fire challenge? It's going to be wrong, but who is Megan Lynn's?
Nah, it's Rob. Rob off of Hunted.
That's why I didn't get it.
Yep.
1600. Looked at the past.
The Ballad of Donkey Dog Rubaker.
That's Eric or Jeremy, whichever one it is.
Eric Sanchez.
I looked at the past for 12.
The Little Blind Podcaster Who Could.
Who's Lowell?
It is indeed Lowell Taylor, who hopefully I will be meeting up with before Belkier's finale next year. Where are we going next?
Things you had about kids for 2000.
They can't talk properly. It's not hard to say this phrase, buenos dias, in Spanish.
What's good afternoon?
Oh, good morning. Where next?
Hints and clues for 4.
All based on famous hints and clues. This portmanteau word is used to rank the chances that someone wins a show. Are you UTR 1 or OTTN at 5?
Well, firstly, OTTN 5.
We know.
What is EDGIC?
Correct. The next.
Canadian for 12.
Quebecois dish poutine traditionally has this sauce added atop French fries and cheese curds.
What is gravy?
My parents had it only a few days ago. Yeah, it is gravy. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I was glazing over it. Okay. I'm making a note.
Canadian for
4. This nickname that was given to a group of young actors who frequently appeared together in coming-of-age films in the 1980s is also used as the name of a quote-unquote band, in the loosest possible term, who gave us seminal hit Carousel. Give the 3 T's some respect.
I don't know that it's Canadian, but what is Brad Pack?
Yep. Also a terrible Canadian band who Logan is obsessed with.
That would explain why I don't know it. Canadian 2000. Yep.
Finn the Whale is the mascot of this NHL team. And as an added clue, the logo has literally just appeared on my Amazon device in the room.
What is the Thunder Bay butt plugs?
It's the Vancouver Canucks. Canuck, I believe, being a type of whale, but I do like your answer. I also went to see the. I went to see the Canucks, not the Thunder Bay butt plugs, when I was in Canada in 2017. This Quebecois entertainment company has shows including OVO, Totem, and Drawn to Life.
What is Cirque du Soleil?
Correct. Where are we going to next?
Let's be French.
Whilst we may know it from a solidly okay season of Fiesta Mole with a solidly terrible mole, it actually comes from the French for rebirth.
What's Renaissance?
It is indeed. 2 categories
I just ran that category.
You did indeed.
Hints for 2000.
In 2021, the mole's name was communicated by this method used by the residents of La Gomera in the Canary Islands to exchange messages over long distances. Can you remember your recent mole history?
I can't.
One of the most frustrating hints in mole history for me. This because I called that they would do this, and I just didn't get the right mole out of it.
2021 would have been Germany. I'm confused.
Yeah, it should be 2022. That oops.
Okay.
It's the Canary. It's Canary Islands.
Okay.
And this is why we test
What a
things.
smoke.
It's whistling. They whistled the mole's name. The final four.
Of course. 1200. And hits them.
This clue has been used around the world by mole hosts wanting to communicate who the saboteur is as they speak to us at the start of each episode.
What is... This time it's not first words, but second initially?
Yeah, I'll give you its first words. Just making my notes for the whistling being wrong. Where next?
Hints for 800.
This term, originally from a short story written by Arthur Conan Doyle, was used in Survivor to explain why Tina Wesson won, simply as she didn't speak in the premiere.
Yeah, didn't she? What is the dog that didn't bark?
It is indeed. That's how everyone knew that Tina wasn't going to that Tina was going to win, because she was the only person who didn't speak in the Australian Outback premiere, and in fact, they deliberately tried to distract from her as much as possible. I think she was only in like the background of scenes and stuff.
Oh.
6 clues left.
Nowadays, they get to the finale and do that just because they have too many people.
Oh god, yeah.
Hints for 16.
In his terrible podcast, Jeff Probst claims that there is no such thing as this, the pattern of content shown of a particular player during the airing of a season to signify its victor.
What's a winner's edit?
It is indeed, and he is wrong. One category left. Some lovely anagrams to finish Double Jeopardy. Totally reprehensible, like keeping your children in an oubliette.
What is... Pass.
I'm gonna have to be so strict with timing on this. Heinous.
Yeah. Answer for 4.
Most silent.
Yes. What's quietest?
It is indeed. 3 clues left, 1 daily double.
800.
A private bathroom connected to a bedroom.
What's an ensuite?
It is indeed.
16.
A sparkling spangle used for the decoration of ornate clothing.
Well, there's no A for tassel. I don't know.
Sequin!
Pass. Oh, God.
And the final clue, we know what this is going to be.
Yes.
Oh, I know. I'm very impressed that that category works, I'll be honest. What are we wagering?
Let's go back to $12. Just try and get that back to even.
A short-lived show with the same production team as Hunted. Sorry, Kevin O'Leary. Also a robbery or burglary.
What's heist?
It is indeed.
Heist, no.
It is the heist, bro. Heist is the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I saw a short-lived show and I thought, surely you wouldn't have been stupid enough to just do the quest.
Nah. So, your first Final Jeopardy category is Broadway musicals. How much would you like on your wager? 624. On the category of Broadway musicals. Be prepared! This musical, adapted from a 1994 film, was the first to earn $1 billion at the box office.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What is The Lion King?
It is indeed. Obviously. Right, your second set begins with 500, obviously. All to do with things that are related around 500. Logan said what? Not Michelle this time. Words that are too mild to say to your children. 15 minus 1. All about 14s. Pick me. And, of course, before and after. Where are we beginning?
We'll do before and after for 2. Let me just write these down. Before and after for 2.
This card game, which requires you to get as close to 21 without going over, is also the star of School of Rock and Jumanji.
What's blackjack? What's blackjack black?
Correct. I'll also say all these before and afters were written for my work quizzes over lockdown, and I've really annoyed people with some of these. There is one of these that is disgusting.
Oh, well, let's keep going then. 400.
This mayonnaise and cabbage dish is also used to cut grass.
What's a coleslaw mower?
Correct. If these don't make you groan, I'm not doing my job properly. This 1997 hit for Aqua is also a painting by Johannes Vermeer.
What is Barbie Girl with a Pearl Earring?
Correct.
800.
This capital city of Venezuela is also a film starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman.
What's Caracasablanca?
Correct. Are we finishing the category?
1,000. Yep.
The one that I cannot wait for you to have to say. This phrase, which follows the phrase "deck the halls with boughs of holly," is also a 2016 movie starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone that didn't win the Best Picture in 2017.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What is La 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 Land?
Yeah. It's fa la 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 land. 5 categories left.
2 mile for 2.
This woman's name is now used as a synonym for a demanding woman. Poor carpenter Brady and Gillen.
What's Karen?
These are all words on the Ofcom mild swearing list.
Oh, I didn't know Karen was swearing now.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently it's frowned upon for them to call people Karens on TV programs. You can still call carrots. It's Karen, obviously, but apparently you can get into a bit of trouble just calling people a Karen. This word is shared by a nickname for the Queen who ruled England from 1553 to 1558, a cocktail made with vodka, tomato juice and spices, and an event in Derry where British troops shot protesters.
What's bloody?
Correct. Where next?
800. 2 mile for 800.
Michelle actually said this word, a slang usually meaning a stupid or contemptible person, when quoting the new chief of the Hunters in Series 6 of Hunted. Gotta slip another Michelle said what in there. You skip him?
What is... pass.
He looks like a bellend. Apparently bellend is actually a Milton word, comparable with Karen.
Oh. What is 600? 2 mile for 600.
This cut of pork is made from the hind leg after it's been cured. It's a traditional Christmas roast.
What's ham?
Gammon. Also, nickname for the red-faced people who shout about Brexit too much. Where are we going?
1,000.
This spice, of which around 44% of the world production is produced by India, is also a term for someone with red hair.
It's ginger.
Correct. 4 categories left.
500 for 600.
The Queen is Dead by the Smiths topped this list in 2013, run by Enemy magazine.
What is... it's going to be one of those 500 songs to listen to before you die thing, isn't it?
Sort of. Specifically, the 500 greatest albums of all time.
Yeah, no, let's get those wrong. 500 for 200.
This currency, used by 20 different European countries, used to have one of the highest value circulating banknotes in the world, a 500 note, until it was removed from circulation in 2019.
What's the euro?
It is. I actually made that clue a little bit easier because I thought it was a bit mean for 200 one.
What is... sorry, 500 for 400.
This city hosts an annual automobile race every Memorial Day weekend on a track known as the Brickyard over a distance of 500 miles.
What's Indianapolis?
It is indeed.
500 for 800.
This automobile maker produces the Cinquecento.
It's Italian. What is Ferrari?
Oh, Fiat 500 is what it's more commonly known as.
Damn it.
Well, the Fiat Cinquecento is its other name.
500 for 1,000.
Plus 500 is the dialing code for this British overseas territory, at least until Argentina try something again. Quite proud of that one.
What is the Malvinas?
Oh, no. I'm actually going to have to mark that wrong because it's a Falkland Island. 3 categories left.
Okay. Is Pick Me a quote mark one?
Yeah, Pick Me. You're looking for the letters ME in every answer.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the asterisk. 200.
This is another term for an autobiography.
What is memoir?
Correct.
I was like, what's mea culpa? But that's 400.
Guilty conscience there, Bindles. This wizard is associated with King Arthur.
What's Merlin?
Correct.
600.
Your local weatherman would have this 13-letter job title. Be thankful you're not being asked to spell it.
What is METEOROLOGIST?
That is not how you spell Uruguay.
800.
This sea connects the Atlantic to the Sea of Marmara, touching countries including France, Morocco, and Israel.
What's the Mediterranean?
It is indeed.
What 1,000?
If you have a lively or volatile character, you could be described as this 9-letter word, named after the Roman god of trickery.
What's Mercurial?
It is indeed. I'm very impressed. I couldn't remember what the right answer was for that one. You got Logan said what of 15 minus 1.
I only remember that because when we did Romeo and Juliet in high school, I got stuck being Mercutio.
Explains so much.
Yeah, I know. 15 minus 1 for 200.
14 is the number of pounds in this measurement of weight.
What's a stone?
Correct. Good one for the Australians, that.
400.
14 is the number of sacrificial victims of this mythological creature that was half man, half bull.
I want to say centaur, but that's a horse. What's a minotaur?
Oh, you clutched it there, yes.
600.
14 is the atomic number of this element with the symbol Si.
Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluoride, sodium, magnesium. What's silicon?
Correct. I thought that was a bit of a gimme giving you the symbol as well.
I only know up to 20 or whatever, and then everything after that I don't care about. What is? Why do I keep doing what is for the questions? 800.
I don't know. This US state, whose name comes from the French for Green Mountain, was the 14th state admitted to the Union.
Huh. What's Vermont?
It is. Vert as in the French word for green, and mont as in mountain.
1,000.
In Scrabble, playing XIV would earn you this many points, assuming it was a real word. This is such a bastard of a question.
Oh, please tell me that's 14.
It's 13. That's why I play it, because it's hilarious. All right, we're going on. Logan said, bearing in mind there is a daily double, I think.
I look at the entire right-hand side of the board. I only got one question wrong.
Yeah.
200.
Ah, you found your daily double. How many are we betting?
God, it's things about Logan, so...
It's things Logan has said.
Yeah. And I don't listen to Logan, so... But it's a $200 question. Let's make it 6,900.
According to Logan, there is nothing more heavenly than 4 dudes of this nationality oiled up.
And you sure this is Logan, not me?
No, this is a genuine Logan Saunders quote.
What is Turkish?
It is Turkish. There is nothing more heavenly than 4 Turkish dudes oiled up, to quote Logan during Amazing Race Australia 2's Historians episodes.
400.
According to Logan, if you're going to sleep with one past contestant of the mole, it's this guy who he met and flirted with at the Vietnam finale.
Who is Davey?
Correct. I would have also accepted Logan's boyfriend, because that is the answer. Lucky this woman's name, shared by a Spanish city that a lot of Americans end up in, famous for its bull rings.
Rhonda.
It's one of my favourite running jokes.
800.
He was in some very suggestive positions with this animal, also a title that some pro athletes earn.
It's a horse?
Nah, it's a goat.
Uh,
He's in some very suggestive positions with a goat. And the final clue, it is a this word, in potentially my favourite soundboard clip ever, meaning a tight curl, twist, or bend in a length of thin material.
What is a kink?
Just ask Logan, he'll tell you. Has to be capitalised, of course.
Of course.
And the second Double Jeopardy board, from the twisted mind of Daniel Peake, my word is my blonde. Bond titles with one additional letter that I will hint at for you to work out. You need to give me the corrected title to get the correct points. The next film in the series, 9-letter words. Whatever that one was, bloody hell. That's really not helpful, is it? God, what is it? I just can't remember what the category is. Oops. Not the obvious answer. And ID excessive movie puns. You'll notice the capitals. It is an anagram of expensive music videos. So you need to tell me what the songs are. The Olympics was the missing category. So it's my word is my blonde. Bond titles with one additional letter. The next film in the series, 9-letter words. The Olympics, not the obvious answer. And ID excessive movie puns.
Olympics for 2000.
The 1972 Olympics introduced mascots, beginning with Waldy, this breed of dog.
What's a dachshund?
It is indeed.
1600.
This metal makes up a majority of the composition of gold metals.
What is silver?
It is. Could have also put that in the not the obvious answer category.
1200.
This style of street dancing is the only sport debuting at the 2024 Olympics in Paris.
What's breaking?
It is. Yep. That is awful. Need to fix that. Next.
800.
I'm very glad we're doing a run through of this. These two languages are the official languages of the Olympic Games.
What are English and French?
Correct.
You know, like I've been watching old opening and closing ceremonies lately for something else I'm working on. So, lucky I've got this category now.
Yeah.
But you know when they started doing English and French?
Fairly recently, I'm assuming.
Yeah. 1996.
Wow.
Yeah. Like they did it in Calgary for the Winter Olympics because Canada.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, and I don't remember if they did it in Montreal, but aside from that, it's basically just Atlanta in the summer. I think wherever they did it in France in the 90s, the Winter Olympics. Anyway, 400.
I should know that. This country leads the all-time medal table with 2,959 medals.
Please be North Korea. What is the United States?
Yeah.
Next film in the sequence, 400.
And the Chamber of Secrets, and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and the Goblet of Fire, this.
2, 3, 4. What is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix?
Yep.
800.
The Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, this.
What is Avengers Endgame?
Correct.
1200.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, this.
God, no. Was there a fourth one the first time around, or was it the first remake? What is Indiana Jones and the Creepy Ooply in Sydney?
Oh, sadly, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Which was the first reboot.
1600.
You found a daily double. How many do you want?
3300.
Fellowship of the Ring, The Twin Towers, this.
What is Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King?
Correct.
2000.
Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, this.
This one I don't know. What is Porky's 2?
It's Mission Impossible, Fallout.
Not the obvious answer, 400.
This country invented French fries.
What is delicious Belgium?
It is indeed.
800.
This group guards the Vatican City in Rome.
What are the Swiss Guards?
Correct. Next.
1200.
This is the country where Panama hats originate.
Huh. What is Ecuador?
It is Ecuador. I'm very impressed. Don't know where you clicked that one from.
1600.
This is the color of a black box flight recorder.
What is orange?
It is. Do you know why?
So they can see it in the wreckage.
Correct. Also an obvious
2000.
answer. This is the month that the October Revolution happened, according to the Gregorian calendar.
What is November?
It is. Very impressed.
It's 12 days. ID excessive, etc., 400.
You're going to hate... Michelle will hate this category more than you will, but I think you're going to hate it as well. Altar Floors. TLC were chasing these in a video costing $1 million to make from 1995.
What is Waterfalls?
It is. These are all songs that are on the most expensive music videos of all time. Just to categorize it more for you.
Can't wait to see how you try an anagram thriller. What is... Oh, God damn it. 800.
An earthy diode. This James Bond film featured a terrible title track performed by Madonna, 2002.
Well, featured is a bit of a stretch. What is Die Another Day?
It is. Where next?
1200.
On to Racehorse. This Aqua song, not the one you're thinking of, features a sea monster attacking in its video, 2000.
What are Cartoon Heroes?
It is indeed.
2000.
Mock Snowballing Teal Cat. Celine Dion remembers this song, reportedly based on Wuthering Heights, costing $2.3 million to make in 1996.
Oh, God.
This one's a nasty one.
What is... It's all coming back to me now.
Very impressed. I actually had to reword that after this appeared in a work quiz because it did feature a reference to Gemma Collins falling over and dancing on ice in it as well, which she did to that song. And it is a glorious clip if you've never seen it.
9 letter words for 800.
This city hosted the Olympic Games in 1928. Hopefully they didn't split the bill.
What is Amsterdam?
It is Going Dutch. Originally, when I did that on a quiz for friends, I'd completely forgotten what the reference to split the bill was there.
9 letter words for 400.
This capital is Scotland, known for its Fringe Festival.
What is Edinburgh?
Yep.
1200.
The remains of Richard III were found in a former monastery's car park near this city.
Okay. British cities with 9 letters.
This entire category was inspired by a bonus question that, you know how I did the code with Ant?
Yeah.
The company who write for that and Only Connect do a weekly quiz, quiz, and they had a bonus question for 5 points at the end of one of the quizzes one week that was name 5 of Britain's 7 9-letter cities, I think it is. So that's where the inspiration for this category came from. So it's quite difficult to think of 9-letter cities, actually.
What is Sheffield?
That's 8, I think. Is it? No, that's 9. Yeah, it's wrong anyway. It's Leicester. I think Sheffield. I don't think Sheffield's a city. So I think it's town. 16.
Yep.
This capital of Laos hosted the Southeast Asian Games in 2009.
What is Vientiane?
Correct.
Movie puns for 16.
Earthling Flare. Backstreet Boys gave back to their fans with this song and a video costing $2.1 million in 1999.
Pass.
Larger Than Life. 6 clues remaining. I'll be honest. I'm really hoping that the daily double's in the Dan Peak category. This is the capital of Slovenia, and also a very good Scrabble score if you're allowed proper nouns.
What is Ljubljana?
Correct. And it means there's a daily double hidden in the Dan Peak round. And when I spoke to Dan on Saturday and mentioned that I was using this category for episode 500, he said his official response was, nah, suck it. This is a Daniel Peak classic round from his Quizzy Bingo that will give Anthony Williams some PTSD when we record.
400.
I've come from Moscow and all I have is this hand covering, 1963.
What is from Russia with glove?
Correct. They only get worse.
Oh God. It's like dealing with Saunders. 800.
Healthy eating just isn't on my schedule. 2021.
I don't know. 2021 would have been. Is that Spectre? I can't work out how to.
Pass them. No time to diet.
Yeah.
Spectre was about 2017, I think.
Yeah.
Where next?
1200.
Would you please stop throwing precious metals at me? 1964.
What is gold flinger?
Yep. 2 to go. Ganymede, 4 out of 10. Tyson, 7 out of 10. Phobos, 10 out of 10. 1979. This has landed really well for daily doubles, by the way.
What is Moonraker?
Correct. That one is a Dan Peak original. I can't claim any credit for that one. And we know what's coming. I can fish for small crustaceans. Now I have this. 1989.
89 would have been.
This one's a bad one.
Timothy Dalton. But what film was it? God. Pass.
You just need your license to Krail.
It's like.
Right. Final Jeopardy time. Mediocre adaptations is the final Jeopardy category.
Oh, I hope this is about Amazing Race Australia.
How much are you wagering before we see the clue?
How much did I end up with the first game? 20,000, 23,000, something.
Something like that, yeah.
Let's. $37,419.
You are really testing me pressing these buttons. 37,419.
I don't know why.
On the category mediocre adaptations. Here's your clue. Filmed in Australia, this version of a show that we cover on the podcast aired in 2022 to underwhelmers.
What is Hunted?
I would have actually accepted 3 different answers on this one because it's what is one of Amazing Race Australia, Hunted Australia, all them all. And that's the clue Michelle's going to hate the most. So our winner, unsurprisingly, is Logan, as played by Bindles.
Yay!
Yay! Go team.
Did we even test the buzzer at any point?
Did we what, sorry?
Did we test the buzzer?
We didn't actually, no. It's probably timed out by now, let's be honest.
It has. Oh, well.
If you use the room code 691232.
691232.
You can buzz in whenever you want because I'm not locked it. Oh, it's come up with a little number 1 next to your name.
Oh.
That's nice. Yeah.
And there's the sound effect.
That works. Woohoo! So I think that was semi-successful, apart from all my errors in the clues and the fixing the titles.
Hmm.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I think that went pretty well. I did.
Do you think Michelle's going to hate me?
Not bad at trivia.
No, I mean 102,843 over 2 games is pretty damn good. Arguably, you were playing on your own, but you didn't have anyone else trying to snipe you. But it's pretty good score. That'll be the benchmark. They can't win without surpassing 102,843.
Yeah. Did we only get 1 daily double in that second game?
Probably.
That last one.
It's set so that because basically this is super nerdy now, but the randomization is set so they can't appear in the same category. So if it randomizes it, if they're in the same category or the same number, it will randomize it again. But sometimes it will keep doing that, or sometimes it will do that and pick a clue that we've already done, basically.
Okay.
So sometimes it will only appear with 1 daily double. It's just a hazard of it, basically. It's mainly so that they don't appear in the same category, because I think that would cause a bit of trouble. This is all meticulously took me hours to build this fucking thing to make it work. Took me hours and hours and hours. Yeah, I mean, the titles didn't work, but I can fix that. That's easy. And then there were a few little errors that we spotted because I was copying them quickly.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that was a pretty good success.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone, for listening and watching, and hopefully you enjoyed that more behind-the-scenes version. And in a few days' time, for me at least, I'm going to be recording the actual version with Logan, Michelle, and Ant, with real stakes and real Michelle swearing at me for pointing out that she called people bellends and spotty and hairy arse and all that sort of stuff. See you soon.
Thanks.